What's up, Internet Land? Zachamus Prime, aka Zachamus Prime, here with another Transformers third-party Legends scale review. And you know how much I love Legends scale figures. I almost said my Legends scale figures, but this one isn't actually mine. This is part of the massive pile of loot that it's on loan to me from my buddy. And this is what's this? Optic Hunter, the Iron Factory, their version of Hound. Though I mean, it's not really Hound, right? No, of course not. And this figure is cool. So of course you've got your New Age, your Magic Square, Iron Factory. These figures all roughly scale with each other. And then you've got like the McFans toys, which, in addition to all being their own scale, much larger than the other figures, they also steal like everybody's designs. So I don't normally go for them, though they did just put up a Sunstreaker preview, and that's really got me because I need a Sunstreaker for my figures. But if I get the McFans Toys one, it's going to be like freaking huge compared to my other cars. So I don't know. Anyhow, I'm getting sidetracked there. We're talking about Hound. Look at this guy's little head sculpt. He looks good. He's got good sculpt. Good, the shape of his head is all really good. His face is even pretty decent. Just really, really nice. White on the thighs, little paint details, some gunmetal, some yellow on the arms, little star here. What he needs is a tiny little Autobot symbol right there. That'd be great. Looks good from the front, looks good from the back. Just a beautiful little figure. In terms of accessories, he comes with two accessories. He comes with this little shoulder-mounted missile, which goes, you've got these two little tabs on his shoulders. It'll fit onto either one. I think typically you fit it on this shoulder here. And then he comes with his gun, which is all painted. It's one piece of plastic paint. Whoopsie! Painted in silver. Rectangular tag that fits into his 5mm peg hands. So he holds this quite appropriately. His shoulder sections do want to fight with this little tab part here, and even more so when you've got this this missile in the way. So he might actually be easier to pose left-handed if you've got the rocket on the right side. And I don't know if he's a southpaw or not. Being a robot, I don't know that it really matters. As far as I know, Transformers are all ambidextrous, right? It's the human failings that make us dominant. Anyhow, he also comes with a set of optional hands, as Iron Factory has been doing lately. He's got a pair of fists, and he's got a pair of open hands, and to swap them out, all you gotta do is just open this up, pop that on just like that, pull this out, just on a little tab, pop that on like that, and good looking accessories, man. Not a whole lot, but he's got everything that he needs. He doesn't come with all these like weird accessories for replicating some like 3-second scene that was in that one episode of that one show 30 some odd years ago. Like, he just comes with the basics, and I like that. So let's pull all this off and get down to his posability. So his head is on a ball joint, so it'll go back and forth, up and down, rotates freely. His shoulders are on ball joints. They'll go out for a pretty decent tree pose, go all the way around. You've got this little part here which can move for transformation, but you can, make use of that for posability functions if you need to. Bicep swivel, an elbow with 90 degrees of bend. Plus the wrist swivel, like I mentioned, this is just a peg and it will come off. Yeah. He has a dedicated ab crunch. I don't believe this is used for transformation at all, so it's just there to give him extra posability, and that is cool. I like it. Waist swivel, swivels just nicely. Leg goes forward that much, goes backwards that much, goes out for a full Van Dam. Swivel at the thigh, single knee bend just over 90 degrees. His ankles are really nice, so they've got some forward and back motion there. They go up and down. They pivot like super pivot, and you can get some, because this isn't a very heavy figure, and because it's a really posable figure with like deep ankle tilts, you can get some like big, like wide stances on him, and he just pulls it off really well and looks really good doing it. So this figure is very posable. His detail and sculpt is really good. I know that Iron Factory tends to focus on the IDW style sculpts, and I haven't been following the comics well enough to know how specifically IDW this sculpt is supposed to be. But I think it's generic enough that it looks just great. Like, this could sit well on your shelf with your other New Age and Magic Square figures. And speaking of which, let's do some size comparisons. There he is next to the Magic Square Optimus Prime. This has become my new gold standard for size classes. So you can see he's a little tall, especially when we compare him to the New Age. I think he's supposed to probably be about the same head height as that, but you can forgive it probably. There he is with the Bumblebee. So he looked good with all of them, maybe a little bit oversized compared to those specific brands. He's going to fit in with, of course, if you're all focused on Iron Factory, then you probably already got this guy already. But anyhow, let's get into transformation. So one thing I want to point out, to properly transform him, you do need these fists in. These ones won't do because they're too small, and these ones won't do because his hand is sticking out too much. So you got to have these ones in for his transformation. So to get him transformed up, let's start with the legs. So we're going to open up this panel right here. Bring that out. You want to rotate his toe 180 degrees. Bring his knee out part way. This will allow you to fold his foot up. Then you can bring this knee all the way around and then close this back up. This knee pad will continue to go around and fit on the back like that. Really cool, actually. And then this will open up like so. Let's do the other leg. Same thing. Open up this panel here. Bring up the knee. Rotate the toe. Bring this all the way up to connect in. Fold this down. Rotate this around. Close that, close that. These will tab together. And let's work on the upper body. So what you want to do for the upper body is you want to bring out these tabs right here. And you want to lift up his hood. This is going to just kind of untab from here. That will allow you to push on this from the underside, especially if you bring this up. Unlatch all of that. Bring out this panel here. Then you can tuck his head into the chest, like so. Close this back up. It'll allow you to close this over it. This little tab here. Are we in focus? Shit. This little tab here will occupy this slot that was previously occupied by his neck. You can keep this up in here. Then what you want to do is you want to bring these up so that this all forms one coherent wheel well. And then you want to bring this forward. And this is why you need these tabs up. You want to bring these forward. And then this tab is going to plug into a slot here. And then this tab is going to plug into a slot here. Like that. And like that. And then this tab is going to plug into that slot on the back of his arm. Let's do it with the other one as well. This one doesn't want to come up as far because the steering wheel gets in the way, so you just kind of wiggle it in underneath. Tab, tab, tab. And then you've got a couple little holes on the underside of these parts right here that'll fit into a couple tabs right there. And those will just tab in like so. And there you go. There you have him in his vehicle mode. And his vehicle mode looks pretty good. It doesn't have that, aside from here in the front, actually, it doesn't have a whole lot of that classic Jeep look to it, but it looks pretty decent, you know. Rolls well. You can take this, now you've got this little tab that's sticking out of here. You can plug this into either one of these on the back. I think typically it goes on the passenger side. And so he can have his little armament there. Does that plug into there? That does plug into there. So you can hold both his weapons in this mode if you want, or hold them on the one side, whichever you prefer. Or hold them in a plastic baggie. I don't know, man. Just do whatever you want. Rolls well. He's color well. Everything looks great. This is, like I said, his these hands are the ones you need for making this work out. Pretty slick, I think. It's not, going to be cartoon accurate. We'll probably have to wait around for like a new age solution for that. But it looks pretty damn good. I think that it works really well. Maybe I might look into picking one of these up. I don't know. I've got such a backlog of figures I need to buy. But anyhow, that's it for this review for this guy. Everybody, thanks for watching. You guys are fantastic. Like, honestly, every one of you makes this work. Oh, 720 of you now that we're at? The subscriber count is growing, which I think is super awesome. And I think that you guys are super awesome. But everybody, stay awesome and be good to each other. See ya.